Alright, let's get started. So this is the At the Ends of Eras stream, so I'm going to get up Godot, so that way we can see the beautiful work that was done yesterday. And also I'll bring up my to-do list, so I can see the beautiful work that has to be done yet still. But okay, let's get this stuff organized. Ugh. And I'm yet again late. I think it's just because it's that time of year where I'm recovering from the winter. Or maybe even still declining, a sine wave versus a cosine. As it gets brighter, the rate of decline decreases and then gradually flips around. But okay, yesterday I finished up most of this. So most of this ambient occlusion here. Oh. Let's calm down the music a little bit. I do really like Elephant Gym, though. I put them on a whim yesterday, and I think they're the album, or the musicians that were my favorite. I really liked math rock. But anyway, I'll also show off what this actually looks like for people who weren't here for the last couple of streams. So I'll show what exactly I've painted. Because I'm now hand painting these vertex colors, so if we go to dry planar. And I do this. This is what it looks like without it. So all that by hand. And I think I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. Because even if it's not as realistic as something like baked lighting would be, it adds a lot of dimension to this area. And some future tech that would be cool, like I mentioned, would be light probes, so that way Jackie also gets darker as we get into these darker areas and then lightens back up. But I think what I might do today is polish up some of this visual stuff. But I think what I'll do instead, well, for now, let's go down my checklist. So the planning for the medium. So I think... So we have these layers that I've been working on. Basically, this is like Jackie's face impressions of her mom with no... Well, I guess not necessarily with no outside influence, but it's based on like projection, assumptions, intuition. Because it's basically just a reflection of Jackie's own perception of her mom, barring no actual facts. And this is like hypothetical average person. So what I could do is I could start expanding all the layers with new things in them. Basically going through and like anytime there's an event, I can figure out like how, like what information, like when does the player get new information in the primordial layer? Like when can they ask the medium new questions and this is how they get the answer. And versus when it like would be caught by this layer or this layer. And then this is like of hometown. And eventually I might also change, because I've been talking about how the game uses sort of a made-up language that I've just sort of been cobbling together, but I might eventually switch to existing languages Excuse me. But that'd be good. Oh. Yeah, I think what I want to do... I guess let's fix a bug, and then instead of writing a conversation, I want to run around... Well, instead of just writing a conversation, I want to run around, like, the starting area, or, like, part of the quests, and figure out where I want to actually put a conversation. And then we'll do the other things, like basically, for this part, I'll just fix some of the final details, like the fact that this transition is really harsh into the lighting down here. And I think I forgot the other thing that I was saying should be changed, but oh yeah, these should also be brighter, because this, like here, is way too dark for like how much light would get through here. But okay, that's the agenda. Let's see if I can remember to do that. Okay, so let's get a bug here. Ledge jump collides with overhangs. I mean, it's not really a bug. Let's bump that down the road. It's more just a behavior that I kind of don't like on very specific geometry. But climbing into an overhang while in the water causes a loop. Ooh, this is a tough one. But it's also very specific to the point where I can fix it in the one area that I actually saw it happen. Let's bring the music up on your end a little bit. But yeah, this rock specifically. When the player crawls into this face of this rock, it causes a loop, because basically the collider changes as you start climbing, and it gets smaller. So now it's gone. And I'll just not have overhangs in the water. For now, just don't have overhangs in water. So I'll put that as, honestly, I'll bump it all the way down to a could ship. Okay, investigate better solutions for climbing, collider, than a really tiny capsule. That was the same thing. So let's say that as well. Man, my throat. I'm also coughing a bunch. Nope. Okay, so climbing on rotating platforms seems janky. Was that? I forget if that was the specific. I'm gonna go back to the test world, because I think that was actually a thing that I fixed. But no, it wouldn't say seems janky, because the bug was basically if things rotated like this, the player was clearly not in the correct place. So I'm going to assume that it was talking about this sort of rotation. And I've just forgotten what the actual problem was. Excuse me. Okay. So I'm going to say, let's go here. Rotation, no, not quite. And then we'll duplicate the key here, maybe. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Oh, there it goes. I mean, there is the noise I can hear. So let's see what that is. So why is the velocity there? Yeah, because I'm going to say this sounds okay. Climbing on rotating platform seems janky. Then let's have a new bug, which is going to be climbing sounds play on rotating platforms when not moving. And we'll fix this one. Let's do that. Okay. Where would this be? This would be base mesh. And then for our climbing animations, climb, overhang, down, loop. I guess that's the right place. So we have step, place sound, attack, climb, hand. Oh, I see. These should not be this. These need to be like play like a velocity sound. So we need a specific hand holding function, I think. Sound. Oh wait, no. Animator. Sound. Body type. Sound type. So let's just do function grab. Or like place hand sound. And then it'll be if player dot velocity. Where's step actually? Okay, so it is this. So player dot velocity dot length squared greater than 0.01. Play sound attack climb hands through. There we go. So now I just need to go through, and I think honestly it'll be easier if I close all these. Let's go to the animator.tres in here, I think. Player anim, yeah. So it's like play sound. Oh, I thought it would be in here. Oh, oh no, it wouldn't be in here. It's in the animations themselves. So yeah, I need to just go back to the base mesh. And we'll just have place hand sound. Maybe I'll just call it place hand to match this. Okay. Place hand arguments. Place hand. This. Oh, okay. Because it's idle. There's no sounds. Okay, place hand. This was not as bad as I thought it would be. And admittedly, I probably should have done custom functions for the footsteps as well, but oh well. This will be fine. I'll just cross the bridge when I get to it. And I think once I get my algal compiler working, I'm also thinking of other projects, since I may take a few weeks to try and make a game with it, because that could be fun. Since most of the code for the game, like graphic stuff, would wind up being JavaScript anyway, since it'd have to be. So then the core game logic could be an algal, which would be funny. But I'd do something very simple, very like arcade type. There's no... Oh, okay. My brain... Huh? What did I just do? Hang on. Oh, it's because I touched it. Okay, so where do we actually want this? So here is where I'd want this. Gonna be place hand. Well, actually, I think right here. Yeah, there we go. And it changes the snap very conveniently based on the animation. I think that's exactly, that's exactly what I would want. There's no reason to suspect that, if I'm doing a bunch of things on the same animation player, that I would want them to all use the same snapping. Godot's animation player is quite powerful, like, feature-wise, since you can just animate anything, but there's just so many, like, annoying usability quirks with it. Like, especially the animation tree, and especially trying to get any, like, model to animate. There's so many steps you have to take, and somehow in Godot 4 they made it even worse. But okay, let's do the same thing. Well, no, I don't need the same thing with the pledge grab. Yeah, in fact, that wouldn't work with that. Okay. Let's see if this works now. Because basically what was happening was, as long as there was a non-zero amount of velocity, which is always, I would have that hand playing animation, and I don't know how I didn't notice that. Well, I guess I do. It was because most of the time I'm not sitting here doing this. But okay, we need silence. Oh. Okay, so I don't hear any of the sounds, which is cool. So why is that? Oh. Place hand. There we go. And it feels... There is some minor jank, but it's mostly the camera, because the camera immediately changes its position. Okay, let's get the music back in now. I think I fixed that. Though admittedly, let's tune down the music a little bit. Oh, right as it's ending. I jumped a lot higher than I thought I should have. Oh yeah, I still need to change it so that your head only bonks, or you only start climbing when the head, when you're actually holding the left trigger. So let's put that in here as well. Climbing should only trigger when you're holding button. Not just... And let's put it in here. Not just when your head is colliding. Basically, I have logic where, like, if you crouch and then go into a hole, you can't uncrouch until you're, like, out of the hole. Or until your head is clear, but that should not trigger, like, for climbing, for example. Because basically there were times when my head was intersecting with things, and then I let go of the trigger. Yeah, like this. I'm not holding the trigger there. But it's just because my head is colliding, it does that. Ew. Okay. So this one is done. And that means everything is good now. I'm glad that I realized that it wasn't just, it wasn't specific to moving platforms. It was just a thing that I hadn't noticed because I only tested holding still on moving platforms. But okay, PowerShell. Which does point to a lot of these bugs. Or a lot of bugs not being detected because I just don't test for them. Which makes sense, since I constantly find bugs. Fixed some bugs with movement. Did I do... Oh. Anything here? I think I just moved the camera or something. Okay, and my plan was to just play through the game until I think of a place where I want to ask a question, and then make that question. But I guess it should be somewhere important. And, like, central to the main progression of the game. Oh. New bug dropped. I can't move. I can't jump. I don't have any gun. Okay. Cool. Let's put that. Oh, is it because the spawning? Okay, it's because this here. So after state.data.time, return base ground. So is this not... Has this not done it? Okay, because I think if we start the game now, it'll be fine. Yeah, because now it's fine. But specifically when we started a new game. Huh. I don't get it. I'll put that in the thing, though. Okay. So, here, new game had, game I was frozen until the game restarted. In fact, let's try to repeat this bug by not having that there. And then maybe I need to do like rapid start to get all the guns, and then I can, I don't know, save out here. And now I think we have all the conditions necessary to reproduce it, I think. Nope. Okay, interesting. That's gonna be fun the next time I see that then. Alright, whatever. Let's ignore him then. Okay. Man smiles as you approach. Are your housing satisfactory? Blah, blah. Thank you, it's perfect. In your letter you said there was some paperwork I needed to bring. Sure, your country has forms we need to fill for tourism. If you have them, I will take them. So use an item, use a note. Hand him the papers. Here it is. So about the medium. Ah, thank you. Armstrong is out beside the machine with the goggles. He knows it better than anyone. It's the white building in town. Impossible to miss. I'll talk to him. Okay, so I'm going to ignore the kid, because I don't need to converse, because this is all about the dialogue. And eventually I'm going to change this, because, you know, the new motif for these ancient buildings is equilateral triangles. So eventually I want it to be, I think, probably built into this, because one, this rail here does not serve much purpose. It was basically just so the player could use the pistol as a shortcut around the mountain here, which I'll figure out a more graceful way to do that. Maybe once you get the pistol, there's like the flower targets that you can shoot to open, or some other like shooting target or target that you can shoot. But okay. Jackie the Coats Girl. See space for 3 jackets. I have 1 up for the sun. That's all good. Let's see. It's not without a capacitor. If anyone found one, it would have been stored in the cave in the back of the village. You can check there if you want. So let's do... Why would one of these capacitors just be lying in a cave? Okay, so this is all fine, because I remember all this stuff. And then maybe what I could do is have this guy... Well, this guy just... Well, Jackie just asks him automatically, and I think I'll leave it as it is. Oh. So why can I just roll up the wall? Can I roll up any wall? Let's figure out a better way of handling that. I'll just put that in the bugs for the movement. Rolling up steep slopes is jank. How to fix. In a roll 2. It's like you can't roll into a wall or else you do the same thing that you do when you roll jump. And admittedly, now this wall jump is kind of useless, since you can just climb this anyway. Or because originally you couldn't stay on the wall indefinitely after you jumped onto it, unless it was not very steep. But yeah, just super confusing mechanic. Well, I guess it wasn't that confusing, but it was unintuitive to the point where I'd have to have like special quests to like explain it in... Yeah, it felt very gamey, I guess. Yeah, and eventually I'd like to also make this place look more interesting. Actually, I guess the village as a whole, because I've been watching travel vlogs of places like Afghanistan and Egypt, and actual Afghanistan villages are much more interesting than this place, because they're oftentimes like completely walled cities nearly, where like instead of just having a bunch of discrete houses, it's like one continuous block of walls or network of walls. And there's also interesting things like most houses, at least in the village that I saw, had like there would be a wall with a door into like a front yard area that would be segregated from, or that would be open from above, but otherwise it'd be private. It just had a very interesting design, where these, like I've said, not a big fan. But anyway, let's go back to here. Let's talk with Armstrong. So what exactly do I want the player to know at this point? I guess this is all fine for now. So if we climb in here, just everything is bugged all the time. Okay. Why are these rooms visible in the first place? Like, it's not enough that I do this. I need to actually make it so that every time I do this, so let's go to room. So let's do like rooms. False. And then where's hide rooms? For are in rooms.children. Nor.hide. And then I'm going to do hide room here. So that way it doesn't matter if I have these set up. Nope, it's a valid thing. Game. Non-existent function, get children on base nil. Nope, the rooms exist. There we go. There we go, we have a spooky thing. What's the notes that we have? I think I need... Oh. Okay. So now, if I do this... there we go. Kind of janky. This is not right. So let's go to the medium. Medium here. I think it is. So why is the Yakazi mentioned if we have this? Oh wait, because I've talked to 4 people. Have I talked to 4 people? How does this faction thing work again? Let's go to dialogue viewer faction. Maybe Little Man? Oh wait, no, it's NPC. Faction. So friendly ID not equal blah. Let's do like if. Or where do we get my stat? It's like friendly ID. Speaker stat. Okay. So what I want to do, I think, is not have this here, And instead, I'll have this in, Oh wait, no. Append stat is a dictionary. Right, okay. So why, then, is this... Oh wait, no. So we need to go to this again. Oh wait, and actually, let's have not both of the music on, or we'll have funky smooth jazz rather than the spooky droning. But okay, let's do like not events, or like not what do I want to do? I think actually all of these should be before this. So if we haven't activated it, we go to primordial. And then otherwise, we do all this stuff. Yeah. Yeah, because we shouldn't have any of this stuff. Because now when we go into here, huh. Why don't it work no more? Okay, so not stat, otherwise end, otherwise blah. So this should all work. In fact, we don't even need this otherwise here, so I'm not going to have it. And we don't even need this setup here. So yeah, we just prepare the layers. We prepare the modifier for like the network. So we do this. This should be here, I think. And I think... this, I think actually we just have here now. And then otherwise, that's all A-okay. Okay, so we get this, we get the event. We get to this, and then this actually is what goes to all of this stuff. Okay. That should all work now. I guess it's just because the game is isn't set up for it right now. Okay. And then we can do this. What if the medium? I want Armstrong to be able to ask specifically about the medium activation. Or like, what do I want? Note, note, or medium quest. I think I actually want two different things here. So what if we did and then we had like 3 options. So this is if we haven't discussed this, and let's do like stats. Medium / activated. So and it'll be something like and let's do to do again, who knows about the medium? Because this could be an interesting avenue of investigation for the player. Main story, so let's do like again, who knows about the medium? And let's see this. Well, oh right, this is just random stuff about whatever the main story. Let's put this in the quests though. Major quests like an old feeling, joy of virtue. In fact, let's put these here as well. So I guess I've kind of done this. But all right, let's ignore that. Um, okay. So now this is consistent, because I think Armstrong actually has been putting in a lot of work to get the medium up and running, since Jackie paid, presumably, a lot of money to be out here specifically to see it. So that is now that taken care of. But okay, so that gives us a place to go. Do we have... Did I actually get the quest marker? I did. Oh, and this is still like eons out of date now. So yeah, I should redo the map image. Well, you know what? I want to redo it now. Because it's pretty easy. And I'm in a fixing things that aren't actually that big a deal and will need to be changed later mood. Since I did Well, do I want to consider this to be the conversation that I did? I mean, I've adjusted a bit of dialogue. No, I won't consider this the real thing. I've decided. Oh. Small dialogue fixes. Oh, I didn't even fix the thing where the NPCs talk to you multiple times, I think. Okay, so bugs, make NPCs faction talk stats on the first time you see, but not again. Basically, the reason that layer showed up, so the Yukazi layer is supposed to show up only when you've talked to 4 different people, and then it starts filling in, and it like influences the medium visually. Until we get to that point, though, it's supposed to be the primordial layer. But I think what happened was I talked to characters a total of 4 times, including talking to the same characters multiple times, and that counted. But okay, now what I need to do is the map script. Oh, wrong thing. Well, where is it? It's like preview something. Preview chunks. Let's rename this to like map preview. And then let's rename this one to map viewport. Because this is the viewport for the map. There we go. And then I'm going to rename this one to map screenshot. Excuse me. So we will load the chunks and we'll take the photo. Oh wait, this has to be... We have to have the viewport visible on the side here, or else it doesn't take the photo. Okay, game is gonna chug to death. Well, I mean, it's performing pretty well. Oh, this is gonna look kind of cool from the outside, or from like above, I think. Where's the tree? Where aren't the trees in here? Is it because it's an active entity? Huh. Yeah, I guess active entities aren't in here. I guess I'll keep that for now then. But okay, let's do false, and then we need to get map viewport, because we need this rendering now. Oh, and I don't need to save. What am I doing? I see the asterisk and I freak out. But okay. There we go. And then I am not going to save this. And we're going to see the map in its beautiful glory. It didn't work. Oh wait, hang on. What if I re-import? What if I say, what do I do? Map. Because one, I see that it's using a JPEG, which I did for performance reasons, but where's the PNG? Because if we do this, save PNG, image UI map, map.png. Like, this is the wrong PNG. So is it like in here? Can I like open in file manager, UI map Map.png. Okay, map.png is here. It's just Godot can't handle my cool powers. So let's just go to paint. And we will save this as a JPEG. For our that's not quite right. There we go. So now this will look correct. And it'll look all messed up. Because admittedly, this looks pretty cool, but there's a lot of stuff that leaves a lot to be desired. Oh, and there's also the test tower over there. But okay. That was a diversion. Okay. What exactly do I want? What exactly am I looking for out here? I know. I want to ask Orstad about his parents. So let's do... I didn't realize these had these huts here. Oh, right. But these are because it's placeholder. Okay. So we can do... Well... Oh, I don't have any notes. Oh, well. So why can't I do, like, this? Let's stitch that together. That's not where I want to be. So let's go to Orstad. Mom. So we'll do notes, mom, where, don't need all this stuff. Okay, so if not global task old feeling and this, I guess. Oh wait, we need these to be in order from top to bottom. Okay, so note or stud knowledge when not mentioned mom and global task old feeling. Ah, okay. So where's mum named? Okay, so that's all there. So I forgot that I actually have this. So note or stud knowledge. Or not mentioned mum. You know what? I have an interesting idea. What if note mum, but after we have this task? So do I want this? I guess that's fine. Oh wait, no. I don't want that actually. Because this here is what I'm fearing. Yeah, so what I actually want is to mention mum block. Because I wanted it specifically to be this context. So let's do not mention mum block. So that way you can't do it when you're in this context. And then we're going to do where global stats, or like global task exists, mum, or old feeling. So I think it'll be a similar thing to the other conversation. So like, you know anybody about the medium? You know other people who might have known my mother? And you can't kill anyone in this game, but you can ask everybody their opinions on their parents. And I think that's actually been, that's unironically been a thing that I've been thinking about for this game, of like, I realized I've gotten tired of open world games having an emphasis on like killing NPCs, and that I don't really care about the freedom that that grants the player. I'm much more interested in the freedom to have more, to like explore in dialogue, I guess. Because I guess that's the entire design thesis behind this this complicated system. But okay. Do you know other people who might have known my mother? Let's do like stat. The Sherad left. And let's do otherwise. So basically, he won't bring up the Sherad unless you've actually heard about them. Most of people from Sherad, where we live. Or let's do like... Let's do notes, slash, and village. And then this will be like... Apparently moved into the mountains, so this will be mum, medium, quest, and this will be this specific mountain village. So it'll be, or mountain valley. Okay, so that's a good little bit. And then we can do you know anybody who could tell me more about the medium? I kind of want these to all actually be, like, dialogue that you can pick and choose as many of them as you want, but I'll just... Let's just do exit. Because we can do this. Uh... And let's see. Oh, hi. I didn't see you in the chat. It's going along okay. I'm writing some little conversations. And this one's actually going to be quite useful to point the player up the mountain valley. So I might figure out more ways to get the player up there. So let's do... I think that's going to be this quest, actually. So let's funnel the player up the valley after Old Feeling. This is blinding. Hang on. I need to lower the brightness. There we go. Lux. F.lux. Ah, okay. Yeah, because on Windows I have the, there's a nightlight that's built in, which switches the monitors to yellow, which is pretty good. Though I only have that trigger at 10 p.m. So yeah, because usually I have my monitors just at the minimum brightness all day. But now that it's actually getting sunny out, I've been switching them up. So I may want to do something with Flux. Or a similar scripting tool. So let's see. What did Orstad think of his parents? Let's ponder. Let's just leave it at that. So let's see. Let's do... Where is... I remember there's something about that. Academy? Did I remove that? Huh. Let's do Orstad went to a university in Valand. Orstad. So the Academy of... What did he study? Is Rutherford a real town? I'm sure it is, actually. Yeah. Oh well. What did he study, though?
My perspective is not of a technocrat of music. That's why I call a lot of the reviews. Who can break down and talk about the dissonance of the chords and all
Okay,
that.
so let's
How
do, or
how
let's
you could feel the
call it, like,
complexity
context,
that
or,
is
like,
of John Coltrane's. People
because
that
this means that this entire block, once we do the back here, no, back here,
reference point.
this will be deleted.
Wait there. There is no reference point, but who
So
knows?
admittedly, also,
And you
this will
and
appear multiple times if the player presses this multiple times in this loop,
you smoke
but
and you like you love the juice and
that's fine.
all that. But check it out.
In fact, let's do, to simplify our
There is no
lives.
reference point, and that has always been what jazz is about.
Hmm. Let's see, I think... Hmm. Yeah, I'll leave that as it is. So I think maybe I should maybe consider being like stingy with the notes as things that are only specifically like functional for quests, because this here I don't think I actually need anywhere. Well, I'll keep it here though. But okay, I think this is a nice little conversation. It explains lore. But let's actually test it now. So I think if I do the quest... I should also eventually make the conversation for if the player does the quest on their own, mostly. Because basically, if we do this... Blah, blah, blah. Oh, I just found very fluent. Oh, wait. Back in the army. Alright, I forgot the timeline of this stuff. When would he have had time to go to college? Oh, I guess I know. So let's do study. I need to study at the in Vayland. So let's to do make this a note. Yeah, let's put it in here. So let's do maybe like notes Orstad fluent. So that way I can put this... Oh yeah, and this elevator no longer needs to exist. So let's do notes. So we're going to do notes or stod fluent. And then I can do something with this. Well, I guess I can just do this. Just copy that for now. I learned it to study at a university in Vayland. Let's see, before the... I guess... Let's say owned farm. Or maybe more like I ran. Okay, I think that's good. Alright, so let's save here. And then I'm going to test all of this dialogue. Because all of this stuff should now be available, except for the stat about Orstad being fluent. And I'll just add that. But okay, so he's following us. So I want to ask you about this. So do you know people who might have known my mother? Do you know this? Do you know that? And actually, let's mention some things here. Or let's do like a... not mentioned... known people. And I can do this to signify that it's specific to this context. Actually, I think this will work. I think all of these are automatically forgotten. And then I can do not gent known medium. And then we can just mention it. Mention parents. Or this. Okay. So let's save that. Because I want to see that now acting. Here's a note. Okay, blah, blah, blah. That one didn't work, but why didn't it work? Oh, because I misspelled parents. Okay, that one will work just fine. Okay, because now that gives me a map marker way up here. A group of people who lived in the same town as my mother apparently moved to the mountains. And maybe I should get... maybe the JPEG should be a little higher res. Or a little higher quality. Yeah, it leaves something to be desired, I think. I'm just going to use the PNG. Or maybe like an EXR or something. So let's do map.png. There we go. So now we'll have beautiful lossless 4K, and then I'll slap a filter on it. And I should probably convert it to like EXR or something. Oh, I see. When the player is in the pause menu, so if I do this... Oh, I thought her hair was going to be messed up. Now her hair's fine. Okay, but what was I testing? This. So now we still have... we can still zoom in probably a bit too much. No, that's fine. My god, I'm still only like in this region. But okay, yeah. Once the player gets like the epic quest to go up here, that'll be fun. And I should probably improve this river a little bit, but that'll be a miserable experience to do. But I probably should. It looks really dumb. But okay. I'm going to say that's going to be the conversation that I've made. Because now we have lore. We have a place that can expand for future stuff. And wrote some conversation. And hopefully... Oh, right. I did remove the PNG from the git ignore. So now we need to undo that. Where is it? This. So EXRs generally have a smaller file size, and that's the main thing. Since it's a 4K image, actually, how big is it? You gotta use Git. Yeah, because this image is 5.5 megabytes, which I guess isn't that big, but it is pretty big for an image. But yeah, I think an EXR is typically like half the size. But maybe I'm delusional. Yeah, I don't trust the UIs, but I guess it's also because I'm already familiar with the command line. So if I assume something does like one behavior and it does something different, because a lot of times the UIs rename stuff, but maybe they don't anymore. But okay, let's do something with, I guess, modeling and texturing. Let's go back to Sherad and let's improve that. Because the main thing I wanted to fix, yeah, that and this really obvious seam. Let's do like I'm thinking from here, from here to like here. I'll just blur all of this. We'll have to see how this actually performs. Because I do also want a little bit of ambient occlusion right under the lip of this. And maybe actually I want this here. And I'll make it a little bit darker up here. Is this doing anything? I guess it is. It's just pretty subtle. I'm seeing this here. There's like a line right here. So what if I did like this maybe? Or like Okay, I'll do just ever so slightly lighten this whole line to just make that go away. There we go. And now I can go back in. Because I'm going to do... there. So do I need... What else do I need here? I guess that's fine. And I'll do the same thing here as well. Oh, wait. Right here, specifically. Let's see, 5 hours, blend files with Godot with embedded images. Yeah, I wound up just not even doing anything, or like exporting blend files without materials at all, or using the placeholder materials, and then I just reconstruct the materials in Blender, or in Godot. But I think I'm also using Godot 3, so I don't have the option of importing the blend files directly. Let's do... That seems not quite right. That's good enough. We got this in here, and we got this out here, and this looks okay. Well, does it though? I think I could do a little bit more with like this specifically. There we go. This will look better. Let's say that's good. And then I want to do something. All right, I'll do a little bit with this part. I think both of these should get a little bit more. And this might work. That's probably good. Okay, next thing to do, I think all three of these, so this outer edge could be a little, well, this inner edge could be a little lighter. I think this one's actually fine. So I'm going to do just a little bit of brightening on, I guess specifically this in here. Oh, I see. I didn't grab these bits. Well, maybe I did. I'll just keep those as they are. There we go. So I think now it's a smidge darker in here. Not that much darker. And we need the same over here with these two, because they need to be practically white in their vertex paint area. There's like a weird noise from my pipes. Or some pipes somewhere in this apartment building. Ah, well. Alright, and I also wanted here for these to be darker. So I'm going to do just there we go. So what if I did, hang on, undo this. What does this look like? I think this part here could do with a little bit less. There we go. Oh, and I was also going to brighten these ends up a little bit. Because this part is just a little bit too, just a little bit too dark. It looked less like shadows and more like charcoal. Let's remove this bit here. And just make these basically the same hue. There we go. And let's say it's probably good. Okay, so let's see this in action. and see if it actually succeeded. Kind of. Admittedly, I don't like how bright this is, but... Well... Let's see it in action. Let's see how it looks. If it's okay, I'll just bump it down to a lower priority and keep working. Alright, let's keep going. Oh, right, I'm supposed to have the hoverboard at this point. Speaking of, I should probably pretty soon start modeling the town that's going to be here. And you know what? This would be a nice place for a farm. Big empty space. Well, would there be a farm at the top of a plateau? Geologically, it doesn't make much sense, but I'll probably do it. We need more fields out here. What do I have? I only have 9. I need 15 bugs to get the telescope here. So let's do item. Yeah, no, bug. 20. Oh. Alright, so what do we need to figure out here? Blah, blah, blah. Well, shouldn't we be... Oh, wait, no. There we go. Didn't she say that for the other one? You don't sound very confident. Huh. Oh, otherwise. So yeah, we're at Brosmut. Okay, so that, then we have him. Isn't he supposed to have some stuff to say after that? A bit of dialogue missing right in here of like... So main speaker within Brosmut. So this is when we have access. And that's fine. Main speaker within Sherad. We don't need that. Otherwise, main speaker within Brosmut. Stat checkpoint access needed. Stat blah. Okay. So we need as well main speaker brain within Brosmut. Stats so there's something about the researchers here. This here, I think. So any stat with these and not stat or stat discussed tower research. Hmm. Let's see. So I think Jackie would assume it's just some natural, or like a normal thing, I guess. And then let's do plus stat, Orstad, disgust, power, research. Hmm. All right, there we go. So now we need to figure out. I think the only leap of logic here, or the big leap of logic, is figuring. Well, let's do. So the big leap of logic is either talking to the guy or coming up here, but let's do rendering the. Where is that? That's going to be in the window or wherever it is. In fact, first off, adjusted some ambient illusion. Okay. So now we're in the official, like, do whatever I want phase. I forgot what my other plan was going to be, but this isn't a plan now. Just go through this and add some more dialogue. Okay, so what did he even say? Orsted, get back here. Oh. Where do we go from here? So we know there are researchers being allowed through the checkpoint. I think our best chance would be to look like them. But we've never seen them. I think we have to covertly figure out if they left anything behind. If we can get a lab coat or something, that would be good. Papers would be even better. Nobody ever reads the papers, but they'd look official. So I should be able to... Where is that done? Research. Let's go to my notes, actually. So the village gate. No, an old feeling. The Emerald is letting Kypern researchers through the checkpoint to try opening the tower in Sherad. I wonder what that's called. Kypern researchers. That would be the I host. Okay, so I hotel research guest. Where not global stat research folders. Any guests. So I want this here. In fact, let's do where global task is active. And blah. And then we can do this. In fact, let's do... what should I do? Maybe just... I have an idea. Complete block. any guests. Basically what this does is this marks this note as being completed. And in fact, what I can do is guests. So instead, I'll do subtopic guests. Okay, so now what it does is I can either wait for this dialogue here, or I can have this conversation. And they'll give me the same things, and they won't be made, and it won't accidentally imply that there's more conversations to have, except for this will be kind of just in here. But maybe I could just do, like, not stat, I, hotel, research, guest. Oh, wait, this is the wrong thing. This here should be checkpoint lab purpose, maybe? Or the other note that we can get from wherever it is. Or let's do... I know what to do. Old feeling. So we know the task is active. Well, no, we don't. And not global stat research folders. And global stat checkpoint lab purpose. Or what's the other stat that we could use? Any stat checkpoint lab purpose or checkpoint / lab. Where is that? In fact, can I just do any stat with this? There we go. Okay, so we can use any note from this branch. Oh, wait. This has to be in front of it, though, because this is much more important. And is there any other notes? I think that's it. Okay, so we can use any note from the task if the task is active, and we haven't already gotten the research papers, and we either know that we either have this checkpoint or this stat, which means that we've talked with somebody and we know that there's researchers going to the lab, or we learned it from this guy specifically. Oh, and it should be checkpoint lab / purpose. There we go. So now that gives us a million things. At the moment. And also I'm going to steal coats. And we can't even trade coats at this time. How terrible. And also, where's my music? Okay. So let's save here. Because I want to see some of this stuff working. So let's see if Horstot has this. Main speaker bring within. Oh, okay. Main speaker. Yeah. There we go. That's why unit test. Or we don't even unit test. That's why I play test a bunch. It'll be interesting to see how easy this game is for people, because I think a lot of these, I guess if people just are willing to use the note system to ask people what to do, it should be easy. So we know research is being allowed through, blah, blah, blah. So let's try this. To get to Sherad by road, you need to have a story for the guards at the checkpoint. I think, well, first off, we should have the check. I'm going to add a note here. Wait, I bet I already have it. Sorts more tasks. Potentially always sort tasks by recency. I would do that tomorrow. So I'll probably just do that tomorrow. And then add coat rating to all the relevant NPCs, because that's also the feature that I like. Oop. Okay. And then iHotel research guest. And that's because this it should be in here somewhere. Not stat. Oh. There we go. Here we are. Right, wasn't I gonna fix the jump acceleration? Hang on, where did that go in the bugs? Oh, change acceleration when not holding the analog stick. Let's change air acceleration when not holding the analog stick, because that's a thing that constantly annoys me. But okay, I think now we have what we need, except for the host implied they were there. So let's use a note. Okay, so good question, indeed. So let's go, So I think if we learned the names of, well, what would she say? First of all, I think we need to find where the room is, or which room they stayed in. Mm-hmm. Okay. Maybe... Okay. Because then the player can't get up here. In a single labeled folder with what appears to be a small bundle of papers. You can't read the label from this distance, but if you could get that folder, you may very well have enough information to bluff your way past the checkpoint. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd be good to have some people around. Oh. I need to figure out a better way of handling this still when you're crouching in dialogue. So let's put that in... Don't I have that, actually? I don't think I do. Okay. Crawling into dialogue does not play correct animation. Stuck crawling. But okay, and then I can use this here. And let's do... So when we do that... What do I do here? Room, Marcus Blanc, this, exit, instead of back. So what's your plan? Let's see... Don't I have this here? Oh. Orstad should know about that. Or Orstad should, one, have some knowledge of the iHotel folder. So let's go back to the notes here. Oh, I have this here. Notes this where task is active and not that. Folder view. Wait, let's do like not global stat research papers. Is that what it's called when we get these? Research folders. Ah, well, okay. Well, actually, no. I keep switching between research folder, research paper, and I'm not going to have research folders as another option. Okay, so let's do not stat that. Back. I think I found the room. Fourth floor. She would say the third floor. So yeah, on the third floor. Just to keep it not confusing for Americans as well. On the top floor facing toward the valley. Was... the... Let's say nothing interesting. And also, since you suggested it, let's put in here. So where's the hotel? Where is the hotel? Checkpoint on the way to Sherad. Let's add other hotel guests that notice you climbing around. There we go. And let's do note. Well, I won't note that because we already have the iHotel folder stuff. And then global.task is active old feeling, and we don't have access to this. Oh wait, hang on. Oh, okay, I see. So this is going to be research folder. And let's also have... No, we don't have a note for that, actually. So let's say... Search. Let's do, like, go to papers found. So stat research folder and not, well, let's do not stat or stat discussed research folders. And then otherwise, I think and pose as research. We just need to stay calm. Okay, that's good. Because now, when we do note or item research papers, Unor start skims through, the research is not blah. Plus checkpoint red papers. Let's do Orstad discussed research paper or research. So let's do like checkpoint read papers. Notes, no, item. Checkpoint read papers. And then we can do read papers. Was that what it was? Go to... No, papers found. Okay. So let's see if this works. So if I go back, save and quit. Oh yeah, and I also need Marcus Blanc. I Hotel Marcus. Alright, so we need, I guess this, yeah, I guess that's fine. Okay. Note, no, back. Folder had a name. I need my quotes. Maybe that will... to convince the hotel manager. Okay. So now there's plenty more hints for the player. At every step of the way, they can ask Orstat what to do or about specific things. Because I wanted the concept of like active versus passive hints, where most of the information can be available either by asking Orstat what to do or by using these notes. So let's do use a note. So someone named Marcus Blanc did that. All right, so let's ask him now. Okay. So now, where do we go from here so we know the research? Okay, so this is not right. Where do we go? So, oh wait, no. I keep confusing Orstat and Armstrong. Where do we go from here? So main speaker at Brosmut. Stat research folders. So we should be here. Let's do, I know. Oh wait, no. I just realized all of these are here. So this, oh, it's because it's research folder now. Okay. That's what I get for using stats. Or, let's actually make sure. Search folders does not come up anywhere else. It does. Let's do research folder. Well, no. These are correct, actually. I didn't realize it was called research folders in the item description. So that was actually the correct ID, but oh well. So this is the administration. And soon it will be in Arabic. Wait. We shouldn't talk to the secretary until we know we'll get a pass. So that should now be true because we did talk to her. Until we... Okay. So global count research folder. Wait, what? Okay, yeah. Let's just replace research folders, research folder, replace, replace. And then we'll do research folder. Rename this here. Research folder as well. And we also need, critically, to correct these foul neutral quotes. Let's say misspells plausible as plausible at. And I think, do I have this item? I guess I should check that. Inventory. Research folder. Opening the superstructure in Northern Bralna. Marcus Blanc et al. Okay. Checkpoint / red papers. Another thing that I messed up. Let's make sure that that's not anywhere else. Because plus stat is correct. But not is not correct. That's good. That's a-okay. I guess those are the ones. Yeah, I guess these are all correct otherwise. Okay, where do we go from here? Oh wait, is that what it's called still? Opening the superstructure in Northern Bralna. Okay. So now we can go into this beautiful little building. Okay. So now we go into here, and that is the quest, our epic quest to get the what have you, the little bit of paper that tells us that we can go through now. And eventually I need to make these roads a little bit more good looking. Oh yeah, the entire point of that was to just get to here to make sure that it looks good from the inside. And this is also the first time I'm testing this in the evening. So this will be interesting. Because yeah, now it has the purple light. Yeah, these, yeah, it could still be darker. The bed, yeah, I'll probably make the bed also darker for the ambient occlusion. I'll need to readjust the, how this stuff works, but... Man, this will be pretty good. Yeah, this is coming along. And then this water will probably need the same treatment. But yeah, I'm still not well, I guess I could just put reflection probes in here. And that would do a lot to get rid of it. I guess it's kind of hard to tell because the shadow there is almost exactly lined up with it. I'll say it's good. And then we have this, and this will also have the same treatment, but I need to completely remodel the tower anyway to match the new style. Oh, and this wall should be darker as well. Or this one lighter. But I'll just put that as like a lower priority thing of just like make the walls look better and stuff. Because this place also needs just a lot more, what have you, content in it, like models and environmental details and stuff. And then we shall once again desecrate this holy religious site. Oh yeah, what do you say? Oh, hang on. We need, to not have both of those. City is so odd. So if main speaker within Sherad, so this should be if we're not at the tree. Or not within. So not main speaker brain within Sherad Center. Because otherwise, The poor guy has so many different contradictory bits of dialogue. Okay, so where should we go next? Oh. Hello, Jackie. Okay, so let's get out of here. Let's say... Probably climb the wall from this side. Okay, because he's not going to tell the player to get out of here right away. There we go. Yeah, so the player and the dynamic entities, a little bright. But I guess it also helps keep the player, or helps the player figure out where they are. Well, no. I would prefer if they were properly blended with this stuff. That'll just have to be another, like, potential feature that I add. But it could be fun. I mean, I guess the next thing, Orstad should probably tell us where we're going. Or, sorry, to say what I actually thought. There needs to be a dialogue hint for when the player's in here. Or more dialogue hints for Sherad itself to get to the center, since that's the important part. And I'm just really happy with how this is coming along, this lighting stuff. When it works, it really works. Because I no longer have to be jealous of games with their fancy baked lighting, because I can do it myself. But okay, I guess that's going to be it for today. Because I've done some miscellaneous stuff, some dialogue writing, some quest patching. And then soon, I guess what I should do for the rest of this... Oh. So I'll need to model the city. That'll be another big thing that I need to do. I'll need to put more stuff in Sherad. I'll need to put more stuff in Brosmet, so I'll basically need to make 3 towns by the end of the month, is my goal. I guess that's attainable-ish. But okay, let's say that that's going to be it for today. I'll be back on Sunday, I guess, to start modeling those cities. Let's push this. But alright. See you later.